Hi there, and good morning on this Sunday. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus. Hope your day's off to a great start and that you've been able to enjoy your weekend. I'm Megan Packer here to update you on what we are following here at Atlanta News First Plus, what's making news across Metro Atlanta, and we'll check in just a moment with First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris to get you updated on our forecast. So one of the big stories that we have been following all weekend long is a really sad story in Atlanta of a 10-year-old girl who was killed when a tree came crashing down onto her family's home. This family right now is just devastated, as you would imagine, just trying to really come to grips still with what happened. Erica Dixon was in fourth grade at Kip Ways Academy, again, 10 years old. She was sleeping. Her family was in the house around 3 a.m. yesterday on Mims Street in the Mosley Park neighborhood of Atlanta when that huge tree crashed down on top of the house. Her mother and grandmother were taken to the hospital. We are reaching out to the family, working to get an update today on how the survivors are doing and what's next for this family as they deal with the loss of that 10-year-old Erica Dixon. A Midtown Atlanta man is recovering right now and has quite a road of recovery ahead of him after he was hit by a car while walking his dog in Midtown. It happened Friday, April 25th, when Scott Spencer was crossing Piedmont at 13th Street. He says he has years of physical therapy ahead of him to recover. Police say there are no cameras at that intersection, but they believe the driver was in a dark or a gray car. Of course, if you have any information that could help police in that investigation, you are urged to reach out to investigators. We are days away now from the Real ID deadline. It is approaching. We've been talking about this for a while now, but again, Wednesday is the day that you will need a Real ID to fly domestically and to get into certain federal facilities. The TSA is warning if you do not have a Real ID or a passport, you may face extra delays, more screenings, and may not be allowed through security at the airport. Your ID is compliant if there is a black or gold star in the upper right corner. So just a good idea to check your license right now. They've been issued for a while, so chances are you have a Real ID, but again, just look for that star in the upper right corner. A campaign was just launched at the beginning of this month to serve as a reminder to parents and caregivers and guardians to not leave children in a hot car this summer. The Georgia Department of Early Care and Learning launched the Look Again campaign. It starts this month. It is a reminder to always check the back seat of a car to make sure you do not forget a child. Even in the shade, the temperature inside of a car during the summer can be deadly. It seems like we hear of it happening all too often. Of course, one time is too much. So just a reminder to put anything you can in the back seat, a purse, a shoe, whatever you need to do to remind yourself to look back there and to always check the car seats. Today, we would like to say Happy Star Wars Day, and may the 4th be with you. It is May 4th, Star Wars Day, a day that Star Wars fans come to celebrate and love every year. And we know there are lots of Metro Atlanta supporters and Star Wars fans out there. There is a sign in Atlanta that we saw on top of the Georgia's Own Credit Union building that showed May the 4th be with you today. So a day to celebrate, maybe queue up your favorite movie, your favorite Star Wars edition, and celebrate. All right, it is the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway still up and running. Your chance to buy a $100 ticket and support St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. $100 ticket enters you to win not only the home, but several other prizes right now. You're looking right now at the design team as they're looking at the different things of how they want to pick these interiors and the finishes inside. Lots of great touches to make this an awesome home. It's being built in Cumming, valued at more than $750,000. Tickets are limited, so don't miss out on your chance to grab a ticket, not only for the home, but for the different prizes. There's also a brand new Billy Howell Ford 2025 Maverick pickup truck valued at $28,000. There is a $10,000 Visa gift card sponsored by the Dream Day Foundation and a $5,000 grocery gift card from Academy Mortgage powered by Guild Mortgage. You can find all the information on atlantanewsfirst.com and in the free Atlanta News First app. It is cloudy out there as we kick off this Sunday, but Don't be deterred by the clouds. The rain is not here that we saw yesterday. We'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Rodney Harris now to talk to us about our Sunday forecast. And as we get ready for everyone to go back to work and school, Rodney, good morning.
Good morning to you, Megan, and you were correct. Do not be deceived. I know those clouds look scary, and we've had 3 straight days of storms, but you don't have to worry about that today. Those clouds are actually going to eventually move out later on this afternoon, and it'll set the stage for what will be a pretty decent Sunday here across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. So happy Sunday to you, everybody. We actually started in the low 50s earlier this morning. It's now 59 degrees, so it was cooler this morning compared to Saturday, and that really will be the headline over the next several days. Cooler temperatures. So that is a look at Buckhead, or really Atlanta, looking back from Sandy Springs. What I want to do now is walk you through the forecast model for today because you can see the clouds that are out there right now, but notice what happens after lunch. All that white just sort of disappears. So yes, we will see plenty of sunshine later on this afternoon despite the cloudy start. What's happening is this large storm system that produced the storms for us on Saturday and Friday and even Thursday, that's finally moving east of us. And as it does so, it's going to take the clouds with it for the most part. I do want to point out, if you are in far north Georgia, if you're up there in the mountains, you're going to get kind of stuck under the back end of this system. There will be some moisture that's going to wrap around, we call it, and move back south into the mountains. So you're going to see more clouds this afternoon just in the mountains. And as you can see on my map, there is actually a 10% chance of some showers for you in the mountains as well. This actually will happen in the mountains. So if you're in the mountains, expect some spotty showers this afternoon. It's a 10% coverage because in all of North Georgia, it's only going to cover the mountains, about 10% of our region. So that's why it's a 10% coverage. But that will happen for you in the mountains later on this afternoon. Some spotty showers for Metro Atlanta. It will stay completely dry. And we'll still see some clouds out there, but we'll definitely see more sunshine later on today. So highs will be in the low 70s in Atlanta. It will stay in the 70s south and east of Atlanta. But we did have a cold front that moved through yesterday. So as you can see, northwest of Atlanta, the 60s. Okay, so it's going to be cooler if you were northwest of Atlanta, like 65 in Ellijay, 68 in Rome, 73 in Covington, and 76 will be your high in Eaton. This is the story today. Tonight, on Monday morning, as you get back to work, those lows are dropping into the upper 40s and low 50s in Atlanta, forecasting 52. If you are in the suburbs, the upper 40s, okay, on Monday morning around 7, 8 o'clock as you go to work. Okay, so last week we were in the 60s in the morning, so like 20 degrees cooler. Perhaps as you get to work, 15, 20 degrees cooler on Monday. You're going to notice that difference, and it is the beginning of May, but yes, you'll need a light jacket perhaps as you get to work on Monday morning, so don't put those jackets away yet, or if you have, you might need that again for Monday morning. Again, the upper 40s, low 50s as you step out the door. It'll be a bit on the chilly side, so that's really our headline because now that the rain is gone, you're going to notice those cooler temperatures as you step out the door tomorrow. All right, I want to talk about our next First Alert weather day now. We do have a First Alert starting Wednesday. That's our next best chance of rain. Here's what's going to happen. So that L that you see on the map, that's what we call an upper level low. It's in the upper levels of the atmosphere, like 30,000 feet off the ground where the planes fly. The flow around these lows are counterclockwise. So what will happen is that counterclockwise wind at like every level of the atmosphere is going to tap into the Gulf, and that's going to bring us moisture in North Georgia starting Wednesday. And that low, normally the lows will move through the map, right? So it'll move from left to right, from west to east. But that low is going to kind of park itself west of us for the end of next week, and it's not really going to cross us or pass us by. And as long as that low stays west of us and we continue to get that fetch of moisture coming out of the Gulf, it's going to give us a chance of rain just about every day. So that is the pattern that will set up in North Georgia starting Wednesday. Now, I'll tell you, it can be difficult to time out the rain in this particular setup. So as we get closer to Wednesday, we'll start fine-tuning the specific rain times. But just this pattern alone tells us that we're going to have some rain moving back into the picture starting Wednesday, and that may last through like next weekend just because, again, that low is not going to move much. It'll move a little bit, but it won't actually pass us by. What we want to happen is for that low to literally pass us by, and then it'll take all the rain with it, but because it's staying west of us, it's going to keep that chance of rain in your forecast. So that's what you're going to see in the 7-day forecast. Notice on Wednesday, I have a 50% chance of rain out there. Again, we'll get more specific about the timing as we get closer to Wednesday. But we know you'll get wet at some point, so Wednesday is a First Alert weather day. And even after Wednesday, there's a chance of rain Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, maybe even into Sunday. So we're going to keep at least a chance of rain every single day, and we'll fine-tune those specific timings as we get closer to the days, but we are setting up to be in a wetter pattern basically for the second half of next week, which is why we want you to get out there and enjoy today and tomorrow and Tuesday, because we will see plenty of sunshine. And not only will we see plenty of sunshine, but our highs are in the 70s, so it won't be hot, it won't be humid. Really nice, pleasant days. The only thing is to remember in the morning, specifically Monday morning, but even Tuesday morning to a degree, low 50s, upper 40s in the suburbs. So chilly in the mornings, very nice in the afternoons with a lot of sunshine. In terms of severe weather on Wednesday, right now we are not under a severe weather outlook. We're just looking at rain and perhaps some lightning, but of course that's something we're always watching for you. But at this point, it looks like a rain lightning event on Wednesday, and we'll keep you up to date on those rain chances that increase for the second half of next week and our first alert weather app. Speaking of which, make sure you download that app to get your latest updates. Anytime anything happens and we feel like you need to know it, we hop into that app, and just like what I'm doing for you right now, I record that information so you can see our face, and we'll deliver that to you throughout the course of the day today. Although today's going to be a nice day, so it's just about waiting for these clouds to move out that we're seeing out there right now, and that will eventually happen. Don't forget, you can also follow us on all of our social channels. We hope that you can get out there and enjoy this Sunday. It was not the greatest Saturday, especially Saturday night. We had a whole lot of tornado warnings that were issued Saturday evening. Some of them in northwest Georgia, but most of them are south of Atlanta. So it was a pretty active Saturday night across the region. But again, that's behind us now. You don't have to worry about any more tornado warnings today. No rain today, at least for Metro Atlanta. So it'll be a pretty decent day. And we'll keep you up to date on the forecast right here on Atlanta News First Plus and in the First Alert Weather app. Until next time, have a great end to your weekend, and we will see you soon.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text WEATHER to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.